Make a few adjustments. Do, 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 do. Okay, yes, that's good. All right, welcome, my friends. Welcome to the Hidden Tears of a Black Male. My name is Anthony Milton. Thanks for joining me. Let me type a welcome message. Welcome. I decided to broadcast from YouTube because I noticed that when I broadcast from Facebook, I have to do a double duty, as in making a copy from Facebook and uploading it to my YouTube channel. So I figured I'd just go ahead and start broadcasting from my YouTube channel and then put a link on Facebook so those who want to watch what I say can come to my Facebook channel. I'm sorry, my YouTube channel, and hear what I have to say. So when you do come here, in the bottom right hand corner, you see a subscribe button. Please subscribe, make a comment, share, and like it. And when I do come online, you get a message notification that Anthony is broadcasting, or Anthony had just uploaded a particular message. So now, to begin the topic, we're living in a world, or city, or state, wherever you may be living, where everything matters to people. Black lives matters, white lives matters, female lives matters, husband lives matter. Everything seems to be matters to someone. And I guess you can say that because it does matter to them. It just depends on how and what matters to them. But what this topic is about is, I titled it, My Mind Matters. So you can flip it around and say, your mind, I can say your mind matters because I'm talking to you now. But when you're talking to a people, you can say, like you say, husband, say, my opinion matters. You're actually saying the same thing. Well, what I'm saying matters to me. Why don't you listen? So our mind should matters to us. Everyone has an issue, has an opinion, and they want people to hear what they have to say. What's on? I want to say what's on my mind, especially if you've been married or you want to express yourself, and the husband or wife don't want you to express yourself. I want to hear, I listen to what you have to say, what's on your mind, but you don't want me to express my feelings and my belief and ideas. We can be a slave to our minds. Our body just simply reveal what's in our mind. When we focus, let me say it again, when we allow into our mind, no one can make us do anything. No one can make us say anything. Our mind matters, not the person. They too believe that whatever they believe in, whatever they want to think about, matters to them. Every decision that you and I make, good or bad, matters to us. When we refuse to accept that our minds matters and focus on the physical, black, white, male, female, we are placing ourselves into our own mental emotion prison, where we are yelling, shouting, blaming other people that they are the cause of our circumstances. But no, you and I are responsible for our mind. You and I are responsible. Our minds matters to us. We choose, we make the decision. We either accept the lie or the truth because it matters to us. We see the beneficial factors in accepting a lie or truth. Our choice reveals what matters to us, not the individual. Our choice reveals what matters to us. It has been said that it's a terrible thing to lose. I'm sorry, it's a terrible thing. It has been said a mind is a terrible thing to waste. When we refuse to use our mind, we will eventually lose part of it. For example, remember back in the day, those of you who remember this, we was able to, before cell phones and pagers and beepers and all those stuff come out, we can remember people's names, attach a phone number to it, attach the address, find directions, read maps without computers, even cell phone. We can now, if cell phone goes into the shop, we're lost. Why? Because we allow those electronic gadgets, nothing wrong with them, depending on how we use them, but when we allow those electronic gadgets to replace our thinking, our mind in that area does not matter to us anymore. So what matters to you? What matters to you? And for the young people, when we study like homework, study, or whatever on your job, you may have a project, you may be studying procedures and policies and stuff you need to know. When you keep thinking, it's like you cannot, let me say it like this. You must study to reinforce the information. It's like when you say, I don't understand math. When you tell yourself something, the brain does not know, is it a truth or is it a lie? Think of a computer. In order to get something off of internet, you must put in a proper search information to get exactly what you want. You might have to scan through a lot of pages, but you must put specifically in what you want. The same thing with our brain. When we say, I cannot do this or that, everywhere I go or whatever thing, when we speak a negative out our mouth, our brain don't know they're different. So we're going to search around within our brain and it's going to make that saying possible. Oh, he or she said they don't understand math. Okay, what's going to happen? You're not going to understand math because your brain is like a human computer. And I thought about it when it comes to children. When they go to school, and in some school classes, kids are wearing earbuds or headphones to and from class, and some either listen to the music or whatever they're listening to while the teacher is giving a lesson. And what is wrong with that picture? They'll listen to whatever on their device that may not have nothing to do with what the teacher is teaching. Two things opposite of one another. They're not going to learn because they're listening to something. Now, if they're listening to math on their phone and the teacher talking about math, 1 and 1 is 2, the other is wrong. So when kids have a problem learning something, parents, if they have a radio in the background playing hip hop and all kind of music, they're not going to understand and not going to grab to understand that math problem because they have their mind focused on the music instead of the problem. And they may get 1 or 2 right, but you don't study that way. Our brain is a human computer. And what we put in, we will get out. Your mind should matters to you. No one can control you. No one can make you do something. Our mind matters to us. Don't allow other people to seduce you into believing and accepting what they say because it benefits them, and they deceive you thinking it matters to you, but it really doesn't matter to you. How many times have you went along to get along with someone and you really don't want to do it or say it? You just did it to get along. What you choose to accept matters to them, not to you. We should not let things that we don't want to be a part of be a part of our lives and our decision. What matters to you should be the number one thing. Like the last message I gave, to forgive and forget. What matters to you? To forgive or to forget? Or to hold on and say, I will never forget. I will go to my grave before I forgive them. Think about it. I will go to my grave before I forgive them. That is a curse word that you're saying on yourself. It may sound innocent, but we at times don't realize it, that we do speak curse words on ourselves. Everywhere I go, I can't find a job. Every time I do this and that, why is bad things happening to me? Why I can't meet a nice man? Why I can't meet every man I meet is like this. Every woman I meet is like this. Why is this stuff happening to me? Maybe because of the choices that we have made, the things that we have said. So in order to change our way of thinking, we must move ourselves away from people who really not really reinforcing what we want. We should not get along to get along, even when it comes to family members. We cannot please everyone in life. If we are running around trying to please everybody in our lives, then the question you should ask yourself: when do you please yourself? What matters to you right now? What really matters to you? You, your husband, your wife, your kids, your children, your job, your dreams or your goals. Those things are fine. But don't let it matters to you so much that you get caught up into neglecting everything that I just mentioned. You must focus your attention on something new. Become the warden or the officer to say to yourself, I refuse to put myself in my own mental jail. I refuse to arrest myself. I refuse to handcuff myself. I refuse to put myself in my own mental prison. And then I let myself out on good behaviors. No, no, no. You must begin to understand that you control what you think, what you say, not the other person. Begin to understand that you and only you can control your thoughts. You are your thoughts, not the other person. You are your thoughts. You and only you can decide what you're going to eat. We eat physical food, but yet we eat things that people tell us. We watch TV, radio, movies, news, or whatever we allow our ears to hear and our eyes to see. If we accept it because it matters to us, is it good or bad? And if we choose one or the other, our body gonna simply go out and do the thing that we decide. What matters to you? If you find or see in your life right now that you're not getting anywhere with in your life or whatever you consider life to be, begin to do a self-examination, a self-assessment. What are the words that you're saying? Who are you hanging around with? What ideas, what goals you have? Are you looking at the negative to say you can't do this and can't do that? When you say I can't do this, I can't do that, I never do this, I never achieve that, you are telling it has nothing to do with religion or have nothing to do with my opinion. This is the natural order. Google it. When you are constantly telling yourself, I can never be something. I'm like my dad, I like my mother, I like my father, I like my siblings. I can't sing, I can't dance, I can't read, I can't go back to school. When we say those words, I can't, I can't, we telling ourselves those things. Our brain search within our brain and come up with an answer or come up with a solution, and don't give us the answer, don't give us solution, and gonna give us all the negatives. And where are the negatives coming from? Other people that we observe not doing anything with their life, or the news, the TV shows, the movies, entertainers, anything that we put before our eyes and our ears. If it's negative and we listen to it over the years, and when we say I can't do this and that, our brain gonna search within itself and give us another, not a solution, to add on to what we just said. I can't, everywhere I go, I can't find a job. So everywhere you go, you can't find a job. So what do you say? I know there's a job out there for me. It might not be the one that I'm going to, but I'm going to find me a job because I need a job for grocery, gas for the car if I have a car, to keep my family, roof over my head. If you start speaking positive things, don't look at what you do not have to determine you. You are controlling you. You control the choices you make. Begin to believe that all things are possible. Begin to believe that you can change your life. A heavy drug user, an alcoholic, prostitution, homosexuality, whatever you can think of, whatever relationship, whatever you're going through in your life, I know that you can change because I changed. Yes, I've changed from the person I used to be. I got some stories. Boy, if I share stories of my life, you go like, wow, you did change. So what I'm doing is to try to educate those who want to be educated. I'm not better than another person. I wish back in the day, maybe it was back in the day, that people was talking like I'm expressing myself out of all these videos I have done, and I just bothered to listen. But I want you to begin to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself the question, what matters to you? When you take your eyes off of black or white or Chinese or blue or brown or the physical body of he or she, because that does not find the person. It's what comes out of their mouth, the words that they speak, that they reveal to you the thoughts that they're thinking. You can know what someone's thinking by simply observing their behavior and what they're saying. You don't have to look for alcohol that tell you he's an alcohol or a drug dealer or someone. Look at their action, look at their behavior. No one can escape this. You and I cannot escape from doing or saying things that do not line up with what's in our mind. Either going to be good, a godly thought, or ungodly thoughts. So it's my hope that you heard something in this short message. But I want to have such an impact to let you think like, wow, I never thought of it like that. I'm in control of my mind. And then I was sitting in front of the TV last night and I said, wow, you ever find yourself get caught up in channel surfing, you go through all the stations and you finally find one, you watch something you already watch times over and over and over because we have been programmed by the things we watch on TV. No matter how many times we watch it. Watch our mind. You ever wonder when they watch a soap opera, they get to the good part and they cut it out because they know that when you are drawn into that show, your mind open up, and bam, that commercial comes in. You go out into the public, you decide, oh, I'm gonna buy that because unbeknown to you, it was commercial that led you to, I think I'll try that. So we must guard our minds from TV shows and movies and other people. Even family members can be our worst enemy. We want to please them. We want to say, oh, okay, I care about you. I want to keep that bond between cousin, brother, sister, mother, father, brother, husband, and extended family member. And that's well and good if it serves a purpose. Sometimes we must cut the umbilical cord. We must cut our relationship off from each other, family members. There is a problem in our lives. Sad to say that, but we must separate ourselves from them. So guard your mind. Your mind should matter to you 100%. 100% your mind should matter to you. It's not about race or sex. It's about your mind matters to you. And you're going to be the officer, the police officer, to say, I refuse to be arrested by that thought because that is not my thought. My mom and dad did not raise me that way to do this or to say that. I have learned. I'm not, I'm not pride. I'm not exercising pride. I'm not saying I'm better than you. I'm saying that I do not want to participate in this activity with you because I know I'm thinking with my mind. Yeah, I want it. Ooh, I want it so good. It feels so good. I want it. But I know after I commit to whatever, I'm going to experience the consequences. And then what happens? Wow, what I'm going to do, who I'm going to tell. I won't tell anyone. You try it. A drug dealer knows that if they get you hooked on smoking marijuana, crack cocaine, any particular drugs, hey, your life did not matter to them. What they're selling to you matters to them because they're about the Benjamin. So when they can convince you to buy drugs and alcohol and whatever, and you always run to them, guess what happens? Your life does not matter to you. We quick to say Black Lives Matter. When someone says all lives matter or white lives matter, people get offended. But who are we to say this person or that person's life matters over someone else who made us God? To say that is wrong. We may not like to hear it. We are not God, so we cannot say this person's life matters than mine. Because if we really believe that all lives matter, then why are whites and blacks and Mexican and everyone is shooting their own race? So lives does not matter. The life matters to them because they want to extinguish it for their own purpose. So life matters to everyone. And yes, when we think about lives and matters, it's the mind that thinking, the individual, he or she, male or female, or whatever, is saying, my mind matters, and I'm refused to allow that thought of revenge, or hate, or not forgiving, or not forgiven, because my mind matters to me. Because I know if I hold on to those thoughts, sooner or later, I'm going to experience the consequences of my thoughts. Has nothing to do with religion, like I said. It has nothing to do with I'm an atheist, I'm a believer, I'm a Christian. Yes, Christians should have a different thinking opposed to the world, because we are told that we must think differently from those on the outside. But yet we, like myself, we all do the thing that we ought not to be doing. We say we are Christian, but we do the thing we shouldn't be doing, because we say, that matters to me. Who are you to tell me what to do? I have no power to make you do anything or to force you to accept what I'm saying. But I know there's the consequences of sowing and reaping will fall upon us. Because why? We have accepted something that's not good because it matters to us. What I think, what I feel, what I want, what's in it for me, how does it benefit me? Our choices should be made on truth, truth, truth. And sometimes truth does hurt. There's no operation when a person going for operation or break a leg or break a bone, there will be pain. Yes, the truth will cause pain, but which is better? Experiencing the truth that will cause pain for a little while, you say, I feel good. Or accept the lie that constantly causing pain, emotional pain, the emotional abuse. You beating yourself up with self or negative words. And negative, you beating yourself up, you punch yourself in the eye, you hit your nose and whatever. You can't call the police department and say, could you send an officer over to my house or wherever I'm at because I'm being abused? Officer knocks on the door, I got a report that you're being abused. You say, where's the person? You say, me. They say, okay, we got a person with a mental problem here. I think you need help. So the thoughts that we think, the things that we say, can get us in trouble. So the officer would not arrest you for beating up yourself. Now, if you got physical signs of abuse because someone in the back of the room or whatever in the house, or someone had left, yeah, an arrest can take place if you follow the proper procedures. But when you are beating when you allow your mind, I miss him, I miss her, what I'm gonna do, what I can't do, oh gee, what I'm gonna do, wow, all this kind of stuff. You're beating yourself up, and those things shouldn't matter to you, but not in such a way that cause you problems. You should recognize that you have those problems or issues. Say, what? I'm gonna write them down. And then when I write them down, I'm gonna find a solution as to how I can be rid of this. Because you know what? I've heard a message from the hidden tears of a black male that my life matters. And because my life matters, I'm going to behave and treat myself accordingly like my life matters. I'm not going to let anyone deceive me with deception, entice me to believe that my life don't matter. I'm not going to let anyone tell me that I cannot accomplish anything that I put my mind to. I'm not going to allow other circumstances that I have heard or seen on TV and news and other people's lives and family member lives to decide, should I do this or should I do that? I'm going to look beyond it. Yes, my choices may cause me to lose friends in my decision, the things I'm going to do. But you know what? My mind matters to me. And because my mind matters, I call it the MMM. It could be M&M, but it's MMM. My mind matters. When you're talking to your husband or your wife, talking to her husband, or husband talking to the wife, or you're talking to the children, we do this all the time. I have something I want to say. Hear me out. Listen to what I have to say. Why don't you listen to what I have to say? You think what you say is more important than what matters to me? we don't communicate effectively and correctly. So allow ourselves. So I close by saying this. It's a pleasure to share. This is a last minute message. I just wrote it up, highlight notes in the last 10 minutes before I logged on because I know it can benefit. It benefits me. Every message I gave always referred back to me. I think it's 100 and something on messages on my YouTube channel. I always use myself as an example. I look at my messages, focus the individual on self-awareness. All other messages, all other YouTube channel, that's their bread and butter, and that's what they want to put out there. That's fine. But I know that my message center around self-assessment, self-awareness, and educating, informing you, the public, on what you need to do. You may think it may not be for you, it may not. But I don't think so because this touches every race in the world. Our mind should matters. Don't lose it. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. Think about it. When we study stuff, we lose it. We don't stay on top of it. So begin from this day forward. So when you're talking to someone tomorrow, 5 minutes from after watching this video, you may be confronted and just think, does that matters to me? And handle it accordingly. Not in a profanity, tirade. Just simply say, baby, or husband and wife, or kids. I think this is what you need to do. Because when you do that, what matters to you? Just ask what matters to you in school? What matters to you at your job? What matters to you in this relationship? And hear what they say. Don't allow them to say, oh, you matter to me. No, no, no. What matters to you in this relationship? When we ask questions, 9 times out of 10, we answer the question by saying that person or those person or this situation or that situation matters to me. No. What matters to you? That is the answer I'm gonna leave you. Question I'm gonna leave you today. What matters to you? It should be your mind that matters to you. Only you can control it. And what you put in and what you put out. And whatever you're doing and whatever you're saying, whatever you do and say from this time on will reveal to you that your mind matters in the good and in the bad. Now you decide. Thank you. God willing, be back next Sunday. Like I said, hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand side. Share, like it, make a comment, allow other people to hear what you have to say. And God bless.